All right, good morning, everybody. This is the Iceman here on the Jeffrey Rose YouTube channel, the Iceman V2013 channel, and this is a video in response to the video Gemini888 just made a couple hours ago about the highs and the lows and the heartbreaks um, of being on YouTube. And yeah, this is definitely a response. And the reason why there's a response to this video is because I was mentioned in this video, and I want to talk about that a little bit. But first off, I want to say before Gemini had actually uploaded this video, he had contacted me via Facebook, and he had let me know that he was going to do a video, and I told him, mentioning me was no problem. And if you watch this video, which you need to watch, his video is basically a what would you call it? Uh, like a shortcut version. It's a short version of what he really could have said in this video in a long version, but he chose not to. But anyway, he talks about the 2009, 2010 days, and I came on YouTube in like 2009, and I was a big Gemini fan. I loved his DVD reviews, and to this day I still do. And anybody that loves DVD reviews, go to the Gemini888 YouTube page, because I've always said this. Regardless of what differences we had in the past, he was one of the best DVD reviewers and still is to this day. And yeah, I know a lot of people are saying, I don't get it, Iceman. You and Gemini back then, you guys didn't get along. And as Gemini said in his video, fences are mended. Things are made to be repaired when they're broken, for the most part, and we've repaired those things. But Gemini back in the day got real big. Actually, he got real big after I had left. I had health issues, and it was in 2010. He did have like I believe over 5,000 subscribers. From the information that was given me, I wasn't really having access to YouTube back then. I didn't even care about YouTube because I was worried about my health and whatnot. And Gemini had left the channel. And the reason why he had left the channel was really a lot of it had to do with situations between him and I previously. And I want to get to that right now. Gemini and I actually were like the Attitude Era in the YWC. Gemini and I did things that nobody else did. We created situations nobody else did. Like I said, we did things that nobody else did in the YWC. There was a lot of hate on each other. Yeah. And sometimes it got out of hand. And when we first got involved in this situation, things were going through the roof. I mean, I remember in 2010, 2009, 2010, I remember I put up a video, a Christmas video with my nieces. That video was up 10 minutes and had like 400 views. And this is what the Gemini Iceman situation created. But all things do come to an end. We paid the price. We definitely paid the price. I had health issues. I had left YouTube. But before I had left, we created a situation where we were like headliners on radio talk shows on YouTube. And this is no lie. we were talked about all around YouTube. People were making videos about Gemini 686 and the Iceman naturally ice this. This is what this is how big it was. This is definitely how big it was. Like I said, in the YWC back then, Gemini and I created the Attitude Era, and it was great. It, I mean, let me tell you something. Him and I were like, it just things just gelled like totally together. But like he said in his video, um, focus sort of got lost somewhere along the line. I think we were our own worst enemies. We got to the point where we would take it to another level, and that next level would go to another level, and we ended up actually defeating ourselves in the long run when it came down to it. Um, I do remember when I was still around back then, Gemini started getting a lot of hate because we just did rants on each other. Um, and they weren't so much rants that we actually felt about each other. We did the rants because the views kept pouring in. And this is what it became to. We just, you see the views, you see the likes, but then, the dislikes started coming. But, you knew you were getting somewhere. So it went to the head for both of us. But as all good things do come to an end, it destroyed both of us back then in a way to where it destroyed reputations. Um, like I said, I was gone in 2010 for health issues, but our feuds that we made with each other carried on. And while I wasn't around to even defend myself or even to react to what was going on with Gemini, it just got worse. And Gemini did have like over 5,000 subscribers, from what I understand. Um, and this is from very, very good sources. And then he left YouTube. And he left YouTube because we created a monster here in the YWC. We created this Attitude Era where we were like in a bubble together, where we focused more on each other than we did on what we actually were here on YouTube for. And we were in a shell, we were in a bubble, and we didn't see anything that was going on around us. And it came to the point where it really destroyed us for the most part. Um, as I stated earlier, and as Gemini had stated in his video, we had mended fences. And the funny part about it was um, the disagreements we had really were more YouTube related for conflict, really, in the beginning. But the more you did it, the more you believed in it. And it got to a point where we had an East Coast, West Coast, humongous feud between two guys that both loved professional wrestling, and we never ever met. And it just it escalated, and it was unfortunate. But in the long run, you learn from all this, and things are totally different now. Um, we accused each other of doing a lot of things back then, and now it's just like if something happens, the other guy's name doesn't even come to mind. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I wanted to respond to this video because I thought it was a very good video. I thought he did it in very good taste. Like I said, he contacted me to let me know he was doing this video. He was going to mention me in the video. I had no problem with it. I responded to him on Facebook. Um, I will say this, and a lot of people will probably say, well, you're just saying this to say it. I believed it back in 2009, 2010, and I believe it to this day in 2014. When it comes to talking about a DVD, a new release, or an older DVD, there's nobody better here on YouTube that knows and has the knowledge of professional wrestling and whatnot, like Gemini888. And I remember back then, I could ask him something about a certain pay-per-view, whether it was in WCW or WWF, and he would respond to me saying, "Yeah, that was when such and such wrestled such and such, and these two main evented." And I was amazed how Gemini remembered all this stuff. And to be quite honest with you, there's only one person other than him that I know that can do this to this day. And I'm not saying this because he's my nephew, but it's my nephew Matt. WWE 9v1. Because when it comes to WWE pay-per-views and WCW pay-per-views, you ask him what was the main event of a particular pay-per-view and ask him what year, he knows it off the top of his head. I don't know how he does it, but he does. And that's how Gemini was, and probably, to this day still is. So, in closing, in this video, in this response to Gemini888, he did have his 5,000 plus subscribers. Let's make it a goal, guys. If you're already subscribed to Gemini888, pass it around. Tell your friends. Say, hey, check out Gemini888's videos. Subscribe to him. Because it is a hard road when you come back. And it's hard to recapture what you lost. And like I said, back in 2009, 2010, it was like the Attitude Era in the YWC, and Gemini and the Iceman created it. And it was an era that will never be forgotten. Maybe it's a positive side of that, but there's a lot of negatives to go along with it. And now things are like in a new era. And like he said, there's one thing that's stuck in my mind that he said, it's a lot of hard work. But it's like any other job. You need to, you want to get a raise. You just do the best you can, and good things come out of it. Sooner or later. Sometimes it's later than sooner. Sometimes it's sooner than later. And that's how it is here on YouTube as well. It's a lot of hard work. And sometimes you get discouraged. But in the long run, it does pan out. So, in closing, Gemini888, very good video that you put up. And I hope you're pleased with my response to that video. And we do have a very good mutual friend in Boston Fan 79 V1 Chris. And it's sort of ironic, because we had mutual friends back in 2009, 2010. Spiderweb WWE, who was a big college football fan. He stuck around in the YWC for a little bit of time, but then he took off. And Instant Classic, that one of the guys that Gemini mentioned, excellent YouTuber, as well as T-Slay, Truth Slayer 1974. And I think one of the biggest YouTubers back then was Spinnernet One. I'm not going to get into this. I don't know how he got as big as he did, because I thought that some of the things Gemini and I put together deserved a lot more credit than what we actually got. So Friday morning response video to Gemini888. Check it out. Go to his Facebook page. Go to his YouTube channel, Gemini888. Subscribe. All my friends that are here on YouTube, if you're not already subscribed to Gemini, go and subscribe to him. You won't be disappointed. Yeah, so that's pretty much about it, guys. Peace out, everybody. Have yourself a great Friday. And yes, John Cena Gemini, that's another thing we have in common. We're big John Cena fans. Can't take that away from either one of us. So, all right, guys, have yourself a great day.